Welcome to ECN Trade Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration.
Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you for joining me. The Australian dollar delivered another volatile session on Thursday following the latest update on the US inflation, which viewed from the close the market was roughly unchanged. Now from the whipsaw price action, still from the top side, the 66.0520 area was rejected and the focus is still very much towards this key level at 64.4550. Now, from there, I do believe the market may actually stage a reversal and expect to see a rebound that could see a view back towards that top side area. I don't want to get too bearish at the bottom of the range and a bullish stance with a little bit of divergence there, and also with the divergence seen on the MACD, eventually should see a recovery anywhere from 64.5 to around 65 cents and look back towards that key level that was rejected around 66 figure 20. Moving on to the euro, the market was also very whipsawed following the data showed that the US annual inflation accelerated by less than expected in July, according to the US Bureau of Labor Statistics. The US Consumer Price Index showed core consumer price climbed by 0.2% in July, with the annual number rising by 3.2%, and the core was up by 4.7%. The readings have given some hope that investors may be viewing that the Fed could actually see rates on hold now to the end of the year, although Thursday's report has likely given the Fed a reason to keep rates on hold in their September meeting. Along with that, we've still got another run-up of economic data, so we could still keep an eye on November the 1st when the Fed gets together for the next interest rate and questions whether they hold or not. So with the rejection from the top side, we can now view the market as fine in that tops level around 110.45.55 as a near-term cap, and from that could see another down test, and that's towards the region of 109 to about 107.75.85, and then reassess from there, as the dollar index also staged a brief descent overnight around that 101.5 and rallied back towards the region of 102.20 and now settles there. Moving on to dollar yen, the market has nearly reached its objective of 145 and now puts a somewhat neutral stance, due to the fact is that the bearish divergence has been negated, and also reaching its objective of 145 figure 40. I feel the market may actually consolidate or show a pause, as we recently saw back here in June as a reversal. However, with that all being said, for those wishing to trade, the market could actually rally on and look towards the highs around 148 to 150, but I see little merit in that call. But from a broader term, the market is still holding very strong. But for myself, I would like to sit out and just see how the market plays into the close of this week and reassess at the beginning of next. Sterling took a challenge to that top side and again failed after the 127.80 to 128.20 showed heavy supply and sent the market tumbling all the way back down and pretty much to a bearish case to support now to 126.55 to 60 to 125.85. Do note there is a little bit of divergence from both the MACD and also the RSI, so it could be short-lived. I'm still not giving up the top side, as the bulls are likely to come back again and eventually maybe clearing that level of 128.20 and looking on towards 130 as an objective into next week. The upside attempt ended in an inverted hammer, but still the market is negative with a strong ADX. I still believe that now taking out the level of 1,915 looks towards 1,850 to 70 as a broader objective and reassess from there. Wrapping up with oil, market seems to have finding that is a little bit of difficulty, as the challenge towards that top side area, which was seen roughly around 83.5, now coming to a slightly weaker play into the close of this week. Divergence still coming into play here and remaining somewhat heavy, could see oil drop back towards $78.50 to 79 and reassess. Well, that's a wrap. Thank you very much for joining me, and as always, look out for the intraday report. I hope you enjoy the great start to the new weekend.